There's a small town in one of the smallest states in the United States. And really, there's nothing going on there most of the time. Every once in a while, you'll have a NASCAR race at Dover International Speedway. But for the most part, the little town of Dover, Delaware, is kind of quaint and quiet. But that all ends today. Because this little town is getting a big upgrade in the form of the East Delaware Knights. East Delaware Knights are arriving to college football, and they are ready to take the entire nation by storm.
Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome officially to our new Team Builder Dynasty on College Football 26. We said goodbye to the Northern Ohio Golden Broncos after a successful dynasty. We won a championship. We had some fun players in there, including maybe the best player we've ever had in Amani Tolles, even though he was only here for the one season. The season that he was there for, the very first year, he was unbelievable. Maybe we'll have a player like that this year. I don't know, but I'm very excited about this new season and this new dynasty. I was debating whether or not to start this right now or maybe hold off a little bit, maybe fine tune a few things on the Team Builder website, maybe make sure everything is good to go. But I decided, you know what? I think everything is ready to go. So here we are. It is the East Delaware Knights. That is our Team Builder team for College Football 26. Now, I know you might be saying, Juice, there's already a Delaware team in college football. They just brought them in this year. They're new as well. And I thought about that, and I was like, that is the perfect built-in rivalry. College Football 26, Team Builder, you're allowed to have up to five built-in rivalries that you can create. I chose four of them, and Delaware, one of the other new teams, them and Missouri State, are two of the two new FBS teams of College Football 26 this year. And I thought, you know what? If we make a team that's also in Delaware, then we have that built-in rivalry. We got two teams that are just on the come up. That's a fun little storyline. So I chose the East Delaware Knights in the capital of Delaware, Dover. We are here. All that's in Dover is a racetrack for Dover Speedway. So that's all we got right now, except for this team. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go meet this team because it is very interesting. I've already loaded everything up. We have the roster set up. We have the depth chart set. The recruits are not on campus. The recruits are in the recruiting board. The schedule has been made. Everything is ready to go. Everything has been primed and ready to go. And you may be wondering, Juice, who is your head coach going to be for the East Delaware Knights? It is none other than St. Louis Blue legend, Addison Arrington. And the reason, you may be wondering, why is Addison Arrington your head coach? He has no history with Delaware. But there's a catch, because the biggest rival that I made for this team is Penn State. And guess where Addison Arrington went to college? He went to Penn State University, and now he's coaching their biggest rival. Well, what we can hope to become their biggest rival. So we will go over everything in this episode. There's not going to be any gameplay in this first episode. This is just a meet the team and meet the the series kind of episode. Episode number 2, we will actually have our inaugural game in the dynasty. But we've chosen Addison Arrington as our head coach. As you can see him above my camera right now. I might even move my camera over to the left for the initial part of this video, just so you can see the full scope of what Addison Arrington looks like. He's just retired from NFL football after leading the Blues to 4 Super Bowls in his time there, and he's decided to pick up head coaching, and he's gotten his first head coaching job coaching a startup in the East Delaware Knights. Now I do have a video, you're probably going to be seeing it right now, where you can download how to download my team builder team on the EA download center on the game. So you should be able to go into the team builder or the download center, search for the East Delaware Knights, or search my username, which is JuicyFishy99. You'll be able to find the team, and you'll be able to have fun with this team and put them in your own dynasties if you want to. Now, the only problem with East Delaware and with team builders is you have to do it online. I wish you could do it offline, but it's whatever. So it might be a little bit laggy with the inputs because online dynasties are a little bit laggier. And we might be getting kicked out of games because the EA servers crash on me, which happens a lot. It happened a lot during the Golden Broncos dynasty. So that's also a possibility. So we'll have to be careful of that. But I'm super excited. A little piece of lore about the East Delaware Knights. They were actually in contention to be my team builder team last year. I had this whole logo mocked up and everything. And I made this logo, by the way. It's basically just the Vegas Golden Knights, their helmet. I recolored it and I put it on top of the Oakland Raiders shield. Well, not I guess anybody can have a shield. It's just I just Googled like shield logo or shield background or whatever template, I guess. And I just put that on there. So it's kind of like a mosh or a mixture of like the Vegas Golden Knights of hockey and the Vegas Raiders. So it's Vegas influence, obviously, but it's all different because we're on the East Coast. We're East Delaware. But that's basically a little piece of lore about the team. It was gonna be my team. They were second. I was heavily debating them, but then I ended up obviously choosing Golden Broncos. So I'm very, very excited about this team. Now you may be wondering, you may be put off a little bit. This team has some highly rated players on it. I made this roster, but I made it specifically on some of these players. I didn't change any of the names, I don't think. I think all the names are the same. I basically chose, in the Team Builder website, you have a choice of a bunch of different roster types you can choose from. And I chose the new kids on the block because I thought that's fitting. We're a new team in college football and FBS. We're the new kids on the block. So I thought that'd be a fitting representation for our roster. But I went in and I personally edited some of the players on our team. Now, right off the bat, we don't have anybody higher than a 3-star. All of our players are 3-star or higher, or lower, I mean. There are some of that. But you may be seeing this guy right here, Shelton Lighton, who is a true freshman, 87 overall. He's basically a Derrick Henry clone. So we'll have to be careful, like we'll have to be watching him and seeing if he can develop. We have guys that seem like they're good because their overall is high, but they're not actually that good. Like Kenyon Garnett, who is an 80 overall, he's not actually an 80 overall. He's just good because his speed is high. That's really what values his overall in this game. He's got 97 speed, 96 acceleration. He's basically a running back that's going to be playing quarterback for us because he cannot really throw the ball. His accuracies are absolutely garbage, and his throw power is not amazing either. So he's just a running back that's going to play quarterback for us. So that's you got to keep that in mind. The overalls may seem high initially, but that's only because some of the ratings that are making the overall high are valued higher than actual other ratings. So Kenyon Garnett, if his speed wasn't high, he'd be like a 60-something overall. Or maybe a low 70-something overall. So he's going to be one of our quarterbacks. We also have senior redshirt Ross Bailey. Basically, you can think of him as the guy that's been here from the get-go. He's one of those guys that is a locker room guy. He's been around. He was here when we were an FCS school. He was here when the school wasn't even a school. Like I didn't even have a college football program. He was one of the first guys to step onto the field and perform for the team when the team first started up. And Ross Bailey's been here forever. He's getting his degree. He's going to be a doctor. He's not going to the NFL, that's for sure. But Ross Bailey, he's the team captain basically. He's on the offense. He's the voice of the voiceless. You can think of him as. We also have a very interesting player on our team. We have Joe Bowers, who is a true freshman. But if you peek above my camera, he's 7 foot 360. Yeah, he was not athletic enough to go play basketball. And obviously the East Delaware Knights at the moment do not have a basketball program. So he kind of just had to be a quarterback. He has a decent arm, a really decent arm, 94 throw power. And coaches, they thought he couldn't play offensive line. He was too big to be an offensive lineman. And they were like, you know what? We've never seen anybody like this. We've never seen a 7-foot quarterback. I mean, what was Brock Osweiler? He was like 6'9", 6'10", something like that. We've never seen a quarterback that's 7 foot 360. So Joe Bowers is, I almost said Brock Bowers. Joe Bowers is a 7-foot quarterback, but he has no mobility at all, as you would expect from a 7-foot player who's not agile like a basketball player. He is strictly a pocket passer. And then we have Jacob Farrell, or Farrell, I guess you could, I don't know how you would say that. Is it Farrell? I'm going to say Farrell. He's kind of just an all-around type of guy. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He's got a decent arm. His accuracies are average. So he is what he is. He's kind of just a body at quarterback. The two most interesting guys are obviously Kenyon Garnett and Joe Bowers. At running back, we obviously talked about Shelton Lighton, who is the Derrick Henry clone. That's why he's so highly rated as an overall freshman. But we also have some very fun players to back him up. We have Tyson Collins Jr., who is a contact seeker. He is a meatball. He is a bowling ball. 5'10", 287 pounds. This man is a monster. Look at him. Look at this man. And you get a little sneak peek of the jerseys, by the way. It gives Milwaukee Bucks. It's definitely giving Milwaukee Bucks. I wanted to go on a green aesthetic because you don't see a lot of teams that have a green aesthetic. There are a few, obviously. I'm not saying there's none. But I wanted to go with a green aesthetic this year. So we went kind of the green and cream style, kind of like how the Bucks have it. But 5'10", 287, Tyson Collins Jr. is a bowling ball. We also have Javon Lakes, who is a 6'1", 200-pound East-West playmaker. Very, very good player. Like him a lot. He's a sophomore redshirt. We have Akeem Bell, who is 5'6", 160 pounds. Can we see what he looks like? Is he tiny? He didn't look tiny on here, but obviously we can't see him compared to anybody. And that said he was a 4-star. I could have sworn I made everybody a 3-star or lower. I don't know why that says he's a 4-star, because certainly he should not be. Is everybody else? What's Shelton Lighton? They have, yeah, he's a 3-star. I could have sworn I missed him. I might have overlooked him as I was changing it. I might have missed him. But I for the most part, I'm pretty sure everybody should be a 3-star or lower. He might be an exception, but he's a senior redshirt, so he's only going to be here for the one season. Then we have Cameron Poe, who's a 5'11", 180 backfield threat. One of these guys can play quarterback. I think I made one of them have a decent throwing arm. I don't remember which one it is. I don't think I can check. Can I check like everybody, like their full stats? Oh, and nobody has like that good of a dev trade either, if you want to be there. He's capped pretty well. Can I see his stats? I don't know if I can see his, or not his stats, his full rating. I don't know if I can see that. Edit player. Let's see. Can I see? Because I'm pretty sure I made one of them a pretty good quarterback as well. Can I see his actual throwing stats? Is it? No, okay, so it's not him, because I would have made his. I'm pretty sure I made one of them. But the Akeem Bell type is kind of like a Darren Sproles type of player. He's faster than Darren Sproles, but he's kind of like, that's what I had in mind when I was editing him. Darren Sproles was the vision there, but he's a senior, so he's only gonna be here 1 year. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's none of them. I feel like maybe I thought about doing it, but then I actually didn't end up doing it. Our fullback is Troy Grayson. We don't really care about him. He's got a sick mustache though. Then we've got Keelan Rounds, true freshman, 6'5", 224. Think Calvin Johnson when you think Keelan Rounds. So that's going to be kind of the build that we went for with Keelan Rounds. We've got Rashad English the second, who is a gadget type of player. Maybe it was a receiver that I made into a good quarterback. Maybe it was this guy. Maybe it was English. Put a little English on it. Let me take a look, because I know I did that. I just got to remember who it was that I did it for. Yes, it was Rashad English. I made him a decent quarterback as well. So maybe if we want to get a little crazy, want to do a little strategery, we can put Rashad English at quarterback if none of the other quarterbacks are doing anything for us. Then we've got Douglas Saxon, who is a strict route running type of player. Very good. Same thing with Brandon Worthington. The two white boys you would expect to be good route runners, and this man is only a route runner. You can see he's got 86 speed, 85 excel. He can't really move that well, but he's got amazing hands, and his route running is perfection. So he's going to be running the crispiest of routes. You got to think like a Cooper Kupp style. Very, very to the book when it comes to a route running specialist. Micah Cypress, one of these other guys I made into a good two-way player. Was it Micah Cypress that I made into a two-way player? Because you don't find a lot of those in college football. At least I didn't find any in 25. We found Ikegwanu, who was a two-way player, but he never was good enough to get on the field for both. Did I make him the two-way player? Because I know I made one of them a two-way player. Yes! Cypress. Micah Cypress is our two-way player. I forgot about that. Yes. Micah Cypress is our two-way player. Beautiful. So we got a two-way player. We've got a possible quarterback. We've got a Calvin Johnson. We've got two route runners. We've got Joshua Cooks Jr., who's going to cook you. He's an elusive route runner type. And then we have two freshman red shirts, or just two red shirts. This guy's a junior. J.C. Wiley is a speedster, and then Desmond Ivy is just a freshman who is kind of just here on the team. So that's the wide receivers. At tight end, tight end's pretty fun. We've got Skip Montgomery, who I molded after Kyle Pitts. 6'5", 256, Kyle Pitts clone, Skip Montgomery. Skip? We have Patrick Parham, who's a pure blocker. He can't do anything else except block. Look at his catching. His catching is absolute garbage. But he can block with the best of them. So maybe we'll put him at fullback. Who knows? Then we've got Marquise Springs, 6'6", 250. I actually didn't change this guy at all. He would just happen to be 6'6", 250. We've got Blake Trombley. And then my favorite player, Dantes Delgado, 6'11", 288. That's right, baby. We've got a 7-foot player and a 6'11" player on this roster. You can tell that we should have a basketball program, shouldn't we? Dantes Delgado, 6'11", 288. He can't really move that well, but he's 6'11". Are they really going to be hitting him that hard? So those are our tight ends for this season, or for this start of this dynasty. The offensive line is okay. I didn't change really anything on the offensive line. I thought it was fine the way that it was. Actually, I think I made... Did I make Isaiah Morrow? I think I made Isaiah Morrow an Orlando Pace clone. I might have done that. That might have been the only... Yeah, 6'9", 258. I feel like I did that. So Isaiah Morrow is kind of like an Orlando Pace clone. But other than him, I don't think I changed much on the offensive line. I thought it was fine the way that it is. It's not anything special, but that's the whole point. We're supposed to be a startup that's building some guys. We got some veterans on the offensive line that are going to be leaving, and then we got some replacements that might not be good enough to replace them in the first place. Couple freshmen, couple sophomores that are redshirted, all kinds of good stuff there. And then on the defense, we've got Caleb Cormier. Very excited to have him on the team. He's a 6'6", 275 edge rusher, freshman redshirt with 82 speed. Very similar to what Jeremiah Buckley was for us in Golden Bronco franchise. So we're going to be spotlighting him. Jalen Means, great player for us on the other side of the edge. Then we've got D-tackle. This guy I molded after Aaron Donald. Jarek Francis, 6'1", 283. He's our Aaron Donald clone. 95 strength. Obviously, Aaron Donald's a beast, but he's tiny. 6'1", 283 at D-tackle. And then we've got, when I saw this guy's last name, Langston Bowling, I thought this was the perfect chance to make the heaviest player in football. 6'5", 4 Benjamins, 400 pounds. This man, Langston Bowling. I mean, with that last name, I had to, right? I had to. So 6'5", 400, Langston Bowling is going to be a menace in the middle of the D line. Then we have Kai Gentry, Byron Scruggs, and Jonah Coleman, who are kind of just here for the ride. But these two are the prize jewels of the team. Now, I hope none of these guys transfer, because transfer portal is crazy in College Football 26. We're going to have to keep these guys around. Although the deal breaker, I didn't really change many deal breakers. Everybody's deal breaker was kind of just where it was. I kind of left that the way that it was. So, and this guy, Langston Bowling, doesn't have a deal breaker. That's pretty sick. Jarek Francis, though, he has playing time. He's going to be starting, so that's good. Then we have the Sam linebacker, Jacoby Henry, excuse me. I'm going to mess that up, aren't I? Jacoby Henry. He's our senior Sam linebacker. We've got Rod Hainsworth, who is a sophomore. Angelo Monroe. Didn't really do much on the linebacking side of things. I thought everybody was kind of cool the way that they were. We have, everybody. I don't think I even changed anything here. Maybe I changed the name of somebody. I don't remember. I don't even think I touched any of the linebackers. I thought everybody was pretty cool the way that they were. The corners, we've got Bryce Todman, who's a senior. He's a bump and run 5'11" corner. Although he's not happy with our conference prestige, but the good thing he's a senior, so he's going to be graduating regardless. We've got Kendrick Jones III, who's a junior corner. We've got Brian Harvey, boundary corner, Cam McPhee, Nico Jones II, Daryl Falk, TJ Burney, and Zachary Bloom are the corners on this roster. And remember, we also have Micah Cypress, who can play a little corner. And he might play a little corner. Kareem Culliver is our junior free safety. He's 85 overall. The rest of the team, or the rest of the safeties, are pretty average, pretty okay. This guy has some promise, Jaquan Odoms, but we need to have a good championship contender to keep him around, and we might not have that, so we might be losing Jaquan Odoms. And then at strong safety, we have Jay-Sean Hopes, Justin Mixon, and Lito Levels, which is a great name for a safety. I mean, talk about last names. That's a Hall of Fame last name for a safety. Kicker is Anthony Austin, who's a senior, but then we have Bentley Richmond, because, of course, white man named Bentley. You got to have a white kid named Bentley. But he's a redshirt, so he'll miss this season, and then he'll start next year as a freshman redshirt. And then we have Hayes Westing, but he might transfer. I didn't realize he had such a bad championship contender deal breaker. We might not be keeping him around, so we'll see what happens with them. But that is the roster. So it's not as good as you might initially think just by looking at these base ratings, but some of the guys, they look good, but they're actually not that good because they only specialize in one thing, basically. So it's not actually as good of a team as you think it is. At quarterback, we are going to start Kenyon Garnett at the number 1 position, then Bailey, then Joe Bowers. I might even put Joe Bowers at number 2. I know that Ross Bailey's that team captain. He is the team, but he's kind of like a Baker Mayfield. Puts all his heart on his sleeve. He goes out there, gives it all. That's the kind of type you think of. Just not like physically, like 6'3", 220. That's a lot bigger than Baker Mayfield. Just personality-wise, think of Baker Mayfield when you think of Ross Bailey. But we've got the 7-foot quarterback, Joe Bowers, and then we've got Kenyon Garnett. At running back, it's going to be Shelton Lighton, the true freshman, who we're probably going to have a lot of the offense run through because I don't know if Kenyon Garnett's going to be able to throw the football. That 80 throw power with the accuracies as bad as they are, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. That is for sure. At wide receiver, who we got at fullback, by the way? They've got our number 1 fullback, but I might want to put that blocking tight end, Patrick Parham. I might want to put him at tight or a fullback a little bit because that's really all he can do is block. So we might figure out a different solution here. And Troy Grayson might transfer anyway, so we might see what happens. Wide receiver, we got Keelan Rounds, Rashad English, Douglas Saxon, Cypress, Worthington, and Cooks. So it looks like they aren't starting. Obviously, they're not starting the two redshirt guys. Let's go to corner really quickly because I want to see where Cypress fits in at corner. So Cypress is an 81 overall at corner. I'm definitely going to play him at corner. He's a two-way player for a reason, so we're going to get him involved. He's going to be our number 2 corner on the team, right behind Todman. I'm very excited about that. We got our Travis Hunter type. Very, very excited about Cypress. He might even play slot corner. Is he going to play slot corner? Where's he at? Cypress. Ooh, I can't even put him at slot corner. Okay, you can only put defensive guys at slot corner. That makes sense. It's going to be Bryant Harvey. I don't mind that. Nose tackle. The nose tackle should be Bowling, shouldn't it? I guess it's going to be Jarek Francis, but Bowling probably needs to get in there. And then the gadget player is obviously going to be Rashad English. That makes too much sense. He's literally a gadget-type player. Sub linebacker is going to be Jacoby Henry. Rush defensive tackle is Scruggs and Bowling. Then you've got the rush right end, Jalen Means. And the rush left end, you've got Caleb Cormier. I'm very excited about Caleb Cormier. Slot wide receiver is going to be Brandon Worthington because he's obviously got the beast route running. But if I want to get a little crazy, we could put Cypress in at slot corner or slot receiver with that speed. That might make a little bit of a difference. Because 86 speed, that's fine, but 92 is pretty fast, especially in this game. The power running back is obviously going to be Shelton Lighton. Third down running back is going to be Akeem Bell because he's got the Darren Sproles type. He can catch a lot of passes. He's a little bit more trustworthy in that sort of situation. Long snapper is, I don't think we have a long snapper. I know it's a position, but I don't think we have a long snapper. It looks like they're going to have our center be it, Javon Chandler. But I didn't make a long snapper specifically. Kickoff specialist is Westing. I guess that's fine. Punt returner, they have it as Bryant Harvey and Cameron Poe. I don't know if I want that. I'd probably rather have Akeem Bell be a kick returner. He's got 97 speed. Might as well get him out there. And maybe we have, not going to have Keelan Rounds do it. Maybe we have Jaquan Odoms, 92 speed, be a kick returner for us. That could be interesting. Or we just do Micah Cypress. Maybe we just make him do it. He's doing everything else. Might as well make him do some kick returning too. Why not? So I have him up there. He'll be number 2 kick returner. And he might even be our punt returner. We've got Harvey there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make him be the punt returner. So we'll put Poe at number 2 punt returner. And then make Micah Cypress. He's gonna be tired. Micah Cypress is gonna be tired. He's gonna be playing offense. He's gonna be playing defense. He's gonna be playing special teams. He's doing everything. He is doing everything. Jay-Sean Hope's gonna start at strong safety. Kareem Culliver at free safety. The corners we saw with Cypress and Todman are gonna be there. I'm excited about this team, man. I am very, very excited. I hope you guys are too. You saw what our red shirts look like. I haven't done any specific formation subs. I kind of want to see the game, see how the team plays on the field first before we get any formation sub craziness. We are rocking Penn State's playbook, offensive playbook, and we're rocking a 4-2-5 defense. We've gone with Penn State's, because obviously Addison Arrington, he went to Penn State, so he's obviously very familiar with their offense. We're going to be running their offense and then a 4-2-5 defense. We can change the defense if we need to, if they're not feeling that it's working too well. We have coach abilities. Offensive coordinator is Vince Munch. What a last name. He is a master motivator. And our defensive coordinator is John Kay, who is a scheme guru. All right. They're both D prestige, but I mean, Addison Arrington is a C-. And I went into recruiter. I probably should have went into motivator, but I chose recruiter for Addison Arrington because I think he's a quarterback. People are going to want to come play for him because he got to the NFL and he won 4 Super Bowls. He's going to know how to get to the NFL. It's kind of like a Brian Hartline situation. Brian Hartline knows how to get to the NFL. He knows what it takes. So he's a recruiter. So that's kind of the mindset that I had with Addison Arrington. This is our schedule. I'll probably say we are playing in the American, the AAC. I didn't really mention that, but we are playing in the AAC for this first, obviously because we're in the East Coast. It makes the most sense. We start the season, you saw, against the Raging Cajuns, but then we have one of our 4 rivalry games. I'm very excited about this. We have the Maryland game. Oh, I'm very, very excited about all these rivalries. The Maryland game is up first. That is a rivalry game. Then we have Penn State, and I gave these all fun names, fun rivalry names. I don't remember what I named them all, but I do remember that I gave them. We'll see them when we actually play them to see the names. But we do play Penn State, and we will play them every single year because in College Football 26, you get 2 protected rivalries, and I protected Penn State and I protected Delaware. So we will play those 2 teams every single year, no matter what. I will try my best to schedule Maryland every single season. And our other rivalry, our 4th rivalry, which is Temple, because obviously Temple is pretty close to Delaware. So I chose them as another possible rivalry team. I thought that'd be pretty fun. So that is the beginning of our schedule. Delaware versus East Delaware is going to be a fun one. And an annoying thing about the team builder when you're making rivalries, you can't just make a new rivalry fresh like 0-0. You have to have at least some sort of history with it. So I made every single rivalry 1-0 in the favor of the opposing team. So Maryland is 1-0 against us, Penn State is 1-0 against us, Delaware and Temple are both 1-0 against us, and we didn't score a point. You also had to make like the last score and everything. So I made it where we got shut out every single game against every single opponent because we were just a startup. Think of it as we played those games as kind of like our entrance into college football. Those were our first games. So that's why those four teams are our rivalries. So that's kind of the lore behind that. But the rest of the schedule is just the AAC schedule. We've got UConn, we got Memphis, we got UAB. I did put Hawaii on here because I thought to pay homage to our former dynasty team, Hawaii, I thought it'd be fun to play them, so we will play them in week 12, and then back to East Carolina in the AAC. That is our schedule, and that is the conference we are in. Now, maybe at some point we can get to the ACC, but right now we are the AAC. And really the final thing that we need to go over is the recruiting. We only have 400 hours, and it really shows. I am going to go after some 5 stars. It might be a little bit too ambitious, but I am going to try to go after some 5 stars. We've got Keon Grover, who I scouted a little bit. He's 5'11", 180, but he's 96 feet, 94 excel, which is why and 94 or 90 spec catch. 81, oh, he looked, I didn't even look at all this. 81 release, 82 catch in traffic. Oh my God, he's amazing. That's why I put all the points on him. I must have. So we're going after hard on a couple of different people. Marco DeMarco, which is a legendary name. That's a Hall of Fame name. I'm putting some points on him. He doesn't look like too amazing, but I like him enough to where I'm okay with going after him. And we're probably not going to get any of these guys, maybe any of them, but I wanted to go a little hard on them. Jermaine Braxton, Spencer Woollyhan, which is another great name. We got Clarence Willingham. So we got Woollyhan and Willingham. That's a crazy name, crazy couple names. We got Lyle Jewell, who we're trying to get in on, Byron Sills, Fetu Fua. We've got Jaden Landers, Lawrence Pitts, Nick Madden, and Ed McKeever. So we only have 13 players on here. I had a full 35, but everybody else locked us out or didn't want to come here. So I took them all off my board to get ready for this first episode. So 13 initially, but that's really all the points we have for anyway. So we can't really have anybody else on our board. They're just going to lock us out regardless. So we are going after 2 5 stars. It's pretty ambitious. I don't know if we're going to get them, but I wanted to get a little crazy here in season number 1. So that is, you've met the team. You have met the team. You've seen everything that we can do. The last thing that I want to show you is some of the player models on the field. So let's get into a practice here. Let's load up into a practice. You'll get to see the jerseys. I'll save the rest of the jerseys as kind of a surprise for the first games, because we have some fun jerseys. I made some pretty cool. They're probably my favorite jerseys that I've made in college football. Because last year I made the Golden Broncos, but they were all kind of the same. We had the blackout, we had the whiteout, we had the Storm the Castle ones, and we had and here's Garnett throwing. You can see that there's just no zip on that football at all. There's just no zip on that football, but he's got some wheels. Look at the speed. Oh, look at the speed. Look at Garnett go, baby. Very excited about him. And you can see the away jerseys too. The defense is wearing the away jerseys. It's kind of a cream look. So it's very, very Milwaukee Buck inspired. I definitely took some inspiration from them, and along with the Vegas Raiders and the Vegas Golden Knights. But nobody can catch the football apparently. But you can see some of the guys on the field. You can see Keelan Rounds, who we're going to right now. Very big bodied. Very, very big bodied. Let's change the play here. Let's get some scrambling for Garnett, because we got to show off that speed. So let's do a read option. We'll do a read option. Get Garnett some ability to speed. Look at this. This is what we're going to have to do. He's got the run. He's a running back. That's what we got to keep in mind. He's not a quarterback. He is a running back. Ooh, they read that though. They read that really well. He is not a quarterback. He is a running back 100%. He just happens to have a good enough arm to be considered a running back or a quarterback. Let's get the 7-foot guy. I want you to see him, because I did play a little bit of practice to kind of see some of the guys on the field. Let's put Akeem Bell in, because he's tiny. I want to see him too. And I also want to see the 6'11" guy. Where's he at? Here he is, Delgado. Let's put him in the thing. So we'll do that. We'll choose a new play as well, so we're not running read option with a 7-foot quarterback. but I'm I'm very excited about this series. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about it too, because you're probably gonna have a lot of opinions about this team. But here he is. Look at the combination. Look at the combination. We've got a 7 foot player, the tallest you can have, and the shortest. Well, I think 5'5" actually is the shortest you can have. But look at Joe Bowers. He's got a cannon, but he can't throw it accurately. Look at this combination. This is hilarious. We're gonna call this play, and then we're gonna go into instant replay. Look at this man throw the football. All right, let's call it instant. Let's call it go instant replay here. I want to see this comparison. Look at these dudes. You got a 7 foot, 360 pound quarterback and a 5'6", 160 pound soaking wet running back right next to him. Look at this. Oh, I love it. I absolutely am in love with this series already. And here's our big, juicy 6'9" left tackle. Or maybe he's over here. No, here. Okay, here he is. He's actually playing right tackle for us. Here he is. Yeah, here he is. Morrow Jr. He's number 69. Beautiful. So he's going to be playing right tackle for us this year instead of left tackle. That's just the way the depth chart has him. But at least he's out there and he's a stud. But this this is a hilarious combination. Joe Burrows, Joe not Joe Burrows. Joe Bowers is definitely going to get some playtime this season. I don't know how much because it all depends on how Garnett plays, and we'll see. But Joe Bowers, 7 foot 360, is definitely going to be on the field at some point in season 1 because I can't not have him on the field. I mean, look at this height difference. This is hilarious. I didn't even think about that when I put those guys in. I didn't even think about the height difference. I guess we could change some other things. We could see a little bit of Micah Cypress, maybe get him on the field. Let's do a little bit of that. And then let's switch out the running back. We saw Akeem Bell. Let's get Tyson Collins in there because he's a little bit of a bowling ball. So we'll see that. And then we'll go up the middle here. Do we have that? Ooh, Delgado didn't get a animation, which is kind of unfortunate. All right, look at the bowling ball. We got him. He's here. Look how tiny he is. 5'10", 287. Oh, he's going to run people over. Oh, I love this team already. I absolutely love it. All right, can we get the ball in the hands of one of our studs? No, I can't because I pulled the ball the wrong way. I probably would have had a touchdown there if I did that the right way. Bowers, does he have the 6'11"? 7 foot to 6'11", the basketball stars. Why am I not getting an animation for that? Seems a little weird. Can I hit this though? Oh, the pass rush is getting there. Oh, English can't catch it. All right. I think we've seen enough. I don't want to spoil too much before we get into the actual first episode in the first games. There he is! Delgado! Touchdown, Dantes Delgado, baby. What a way to end. Right on our number 1 corner, too, Todman. That's not maybe as good of a thing as as it should be. All right. What a first episode. I'm so excited about this. I'm hyped, and I hope you guys are too. That's going to be it for the first episode. We met the team, we met the recruits, we went over who's dominant, who we think is going to be fun, all that kind of good stuff. Addison Arrington is the new head coach of the new startup East Delaware. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.